Hi guys, only me, don't panic. Making our way down to Odd Ways Hanging, a strange little wood, and that's where we'll stop and give you our 5 top tips for starting walking, camping and hiking. I'll see you there. Hello.
Hi.
This is Ceri.
And this is Kat. And we are Tea in Valhalla.
And today you join us in the lovely East Knoyle.
Beautiful little village, not too far from home. We did bimble down this morning. And bang on cue.
Very nice. I didn't even arrange that.
That wasn't planned.
So this morning we're going to find somewhere to sit down and give you our 5 tips for beginners for camping and walking. Hi guys, only me, don't panic. Making our way down to Odd Ways Hanging, a strange little wood, and that's where we'll stop and give you our 5 top tips for starting walking, camping and hiking. I'll see you there. So deer have been through here for sure. This is something called a trackway, which deer use constantly, and they also have a habit of nibbling the new shoots and on the leaves and stuff, you see? This is often a sign that you have deer. Oh dear! So this is where we're going to take a little break and tell you our little top tips. But I just noticed some lovely lichen, look at those. And lichen is actually a good air indicator, especially the ones with, they're called beard lichens, they've got like wispiness on them. Those sorts can only survive in good air and actually die if they're subjected to pollution.
G'day pop pickers, only here for the top 5 tips on hiking, wild camping and general outdoor activities.
And
at number 5 pop pickers.
So the first thing that we would probably say is to always have enough food and drink.
Food and drink is key.
I really think so. We have lots of little snack pots. We find that they're good on the wing. They were cheap as chips, little tiny snack pots. And in them we have seeds. Or you can have whatever suits you. In this one we have ginger and nuts.
And this one is
chocolate. Or whatever preference you have, but these sort of things, they really keep you going, and you can just eat on the wing, so you never get sort of sickly hungry, because a lot of people seem to eat a lot of sweet things, and they start to feel a bit unwell, or they crash and get really tired.
So load out with things you know that you like, something sweet, something savoury.
Yeah. And have them easy to get as well, because I find if they're in your back, you don't bother with them.
Yeah, either in your hood is quite handy, or if you've got side pockets, always good. But these are things just to eat and graze on as you're walking, because you don't always want to rely on making it to a lunch stop.
No, and I've got to say, we have been stopped by people who have absolutely flagging, not feeling well, and had to feed them because they didn't have enough food on them.
We are walking. Yeah, we are the feeders of the hillside.
If anything, we've got too much rubbish on us, but it's handy, because obviously sometimes we've had people genuinely really need the food that we have on us. I know we've got a bit too much, but whatever. And water, loads and loads and loads and loads and loads of water. We normally have one of these each, as well as bladder packs that we can sip on the whole time. Obviously on long walks, I'm talking about here.
Depending on the walk you're on, where you're going.
And the heat and stuff.
But just lots of little sips often is the key.
We've seen many dehydrated people get quite sickly.
Yeah.
So yeah, make sure you do that. And in at number 4 is always have survival gear. So that's things like your first aid kit, and make sure you stick, if you can please, get a tick comb.
Tick remover.
Oh, is that? Yeah, it's not a tick comb, is it?
Get a tick comb if you want to groom the ticks first. It's fine.
Yeah, I'll give it a really nice hairstyle.
But yeah, a tick remover, especially when you're in this kind of environment, like we said earlier about the deers and wildlife. Generally, where there's deers and wildlife, you'll find ticks.
Always.
And they're nasty little things.
Yeah, you don't want anything to do with that.
Yeah, if you do get bitten by a tick, obviously remove it in the correct way, so it's a twist and a pull, and obviously then check for any sort of symptoms that follow, because obviously Lyme's disease is something.
One thing about that is the sooner you can get it out, the lower the incident of Lyme's disease. And we also have, for when we go proper climbing, or we are taking a long time in the mountains, we take an emergency shelter. Now, at first, we thought that this was a bit much. We thought, oh, it's a bit much, but we saw it so cheaply, didn't we? We said, oh, sod it, that's so cheap.
It was an eBay purchase.
But we actually needed this one day. We were up on haystacks, and it really came in bad, didn't it? I mean, the wind. I was honestly knocked off my feet. So we got into it. Gary panicked because he's got claustrophobia a little bit.
Well, just too wide.
Yeah.
So I got into the thing, and then I was stuck in it like.
He started screaming in my face, which was like this, about 3 inches. He's going, get up, get up. I'm going, right, yeah, I will. Okay, I will. So I did. I stood up, and he was going, sit down. In the end, it popped off. But I mean,
Cat escaped, and I was wiggling around on the floor.
Yeah, he was still on the floor with it.
Sadly, this was footage sort of days, but yeah, that's a good piece of kit.
Yeah, they're awesome. And also emergency whistle. Always have an emergency whistle. Often they're attached to backpacks and stuff now. And a head torch, if you could, that would be great.
Yeah, again, good thing just to have in your rucksack for all occasions, really. There's no harm. Yeah, better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it.
And sometimes where sound can't be heard, light can be seen, or vice versa. So always have a head torch if you can help it.
Good tip.
And in at number 3 is always have maps. So if you can't, now listen, I don't understand why people can't read maps, because completely free on YouTube is like 1,000 read a map tutorials. Do that. I know some people go to places to get it done, but I know lots of people have them on their phones and they are ace. I do think you should have like a phone one.
Yeah.
I think they're great. All the free ones are great. But there's something about them, and that is on maps, proper Ordnance Survey maps. They will show you where there is scree and issues that you may fall or be harmed on. So it's something we learnt on Grassmoor. We climbed around and then we took in about 6 different peaks, didn't we?
Yeah.
And I didn't know there was a drop because I was just checking my phone really. I wasn't bothering because I thought it was a pretty easy climb.
Straightforward route.
And then I checked the map. I said to Ceri, because it came in really misty. So I checked the map and I thought, my God, there's a drop right there. So, those sort of mistakes, they can really be treacherous. And it wasn't until the next day when we drove back through the Buttermere Valley that we went, oh my God, it was just sheer, wasn't it?
Humongous,
my goodness. So yeah, always have a map and compass, always. And like I said, you can learn to do rudimental map and compass reading.
Yeah. Practice locally, check your route as you're walking, so constantly know what you're looking for, waypoints, certain, turn off points, signage and things as well. Watch out for little signs and just things, indicators really that you're en route and that you've not strayed.
But for simpler walking, if you think, oh, that's all a bit much for me, Mrs. Simpler walking, you can obviously get things like the AA maps, which gives you simple routes and instructions and will actually show you blow by blow. If you're just not keen on this sort of thing and you think, no, it's too much for me, then this sort of thing will get you through, won't it?
Definitely.
It will definitely get you through. And they're much simpler walks as well. Often in the AA maps, they're not like telling you to go off and scramble somewhere, are they?
Absolutely.
They'll often make sure that they're routes that most people can do.
And again, View Ranger and other walking apps.
Yeah.
You can download routes, plot your own routes.
Yeah.
And lots of things that can aid and assist you in getting out and exploring the outdoors.
And watch YouTube videos, because many sort of weird routes that we've been on, if you try and re-watch somebody else's footage, you think, oh, right, okay, that's what they did. And they'll also explain, most good YouTube videos will show where they went wrong and things. You think, yeah, I won't be doing that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So learn from other people's experiences as well is a good way.
Yeah.
And in at number 2 is... again, this is about never feeling knocked down by something. So if you start nice and easy, start with your ability. Don't think you've got to be, running up hills or climbing trees.
Carabiners, ropes, hard hats, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
When we first started, it was local walks around in and around towns, our village. And then just venturing out coastal. Coastal walks are really good because you can go up and down a route, and say if you get a bit tired, you can stop at a seaside resort, maybe get the bus back or something as well. And
they're always good coastal walks because you don't really have to do much navigation.
Yeah.
You follow the damn coast.
But they help build up stamina and get used to different terrains, different weathers. Coastal weather is quite changeable, and that can help. But if you do take a knock or a dent when you're out and about, isn't it?
Yeah, and your confidence, if you think, oh, I couldn't finish that.
That didn't go to plan. Don't worry.
That really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Because you will be back there again and you will enjoy it more, because honestly, when you push through those sort of things a secondary time, there's nothing like it, is there? And we've done it. I've done that on Trifan. It got really wet and cold, and I was very sort of anxiously tired because we'd been out the day before, and that often makes me quite tired, which makes me more anxious the next day. And I just said to Ceri, can't do it anymore. And we were so close, weren't we? And I said, I'm sorry, I feel really ill, I'm shaking.
Yeah, so we let our friends go on. Our friends carried on and did, you know, what they were capable and safe to do, and we just turned back. So we went back through the, you know.
And we've been back since and really enjoyed ourselves. Loved and walked all the gliders that day as well, didn't we, when we went back? And it's
always going to be there. It's just waiting for you, even if you can't get it done. You know, set realistic expectations, but be safe. Always be safe.
Yeah.
And if you
don't push yourself to a point where you're actually getting harmed.
Yeah.
Because that will be, honestly, that will be the worst thing you could do for yourself.
Don't be afraid. Turn around and come back and do it another day.
Yeah, because it's always going to be there, and sometimes it's more fun the second time. And I don't know why. That's happened a few times. And we go, I'm really loving it today. Right, and in at number one is layers.
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 Lots of lovely layers.
So yeah, today I've got my base layer on, which is lovely. It wicks away any sweat and is very quick drying. It's amazing just in the summer. And this is long sleeve because I burn easily, and also it's to stop ticks because I have to often work amongst nature, which means I'm exposed to ticks a lot. And then I have my micro fleece, which keeps me nice and warm.
It's a hooded one as well,
It's also a hooded one. I love the hooded ones. I'm well in for them.
Yeah.
Because if you've got a terrible wind blowing in them ears and you can't be bothered to get your hat out or whatever, you bang your hood up, you're in. Ceri's modelling. Show you big. Oh, look at that. Look at this. Oh, cool. And then obviously today I've got, sorry, did I strangle you? And today I've got my waterproof jacket on because I get a bit chilly.
And the forecast says potentially rain at some point today.
And then, yes.
Yeah, and whereas I'm a little bit different. I've just got a base layer on and my fleece. I keep my jacket then in my rucksack just as we're walking.
Yeah, and I always have hat and gloves.
Yeah, it's quite important as well to get it right from the start, because sometimes you'll get out of the car and you'll be over layered, and then within, I don't know, 5-10 minutes of leaving your car, you're having to strip down. I'm
sorry, but he's having a pop at me here because this happens every time. He says, do you really need that third coat on? I'm like, yeah, I need this.
It's quite hard.
He goes, take that off.
Yeah, it's quite hard to think ahead and think, once you get your engine going and you start getting the old heart rate ticking over, you'll soon warm up. And you can always put another layer on if you're cold.
Whatever. So, that was our top 5 tips. By the way, that was in no particular order.
Just plucked from the ether. Not too much.
No, it was a bit much. I liked it. So, Ceri.
Yes.
Who tagged us?
Oh, we were tagged by More Solo, Al More Solo. Thanks for the tag.
Thank you very much, very kind.
Chris, The Height of Life. Thank you very much.
Very nice.
We'll pop the channel links in the description, and later on in the video we'll be tagging some other YouTubers that we'd like to pay this on to. Please pay it forward.
Yeah, you got to do it.
So yeah, stay tuned.
Even if you don't want to. Yeah, we're almost back to the church, which was the start of our walk, and then I think from there, because it's all road walking, we'll see you back at ours. See you back at ours. Hello, we're back home now. Started getting quite snowy and cold on our last little bit back, so I've warmed myself up in a nice warm bath, and now we're trying to warm the cockles of our heart. It got really cold.
It got bitterly cold.
Really cold.
Luckily, we had all our layers and jackets.
That's right. Remember from the tips?
From the tips.
Do you remember that?
We just thought of a bonus tip.
Oh yeah.
So this, I don't know how well you can see that, iron oxide tape. Absolute godsend for when you start out and you're trying to push past your normal sort of durations and limitations.
But with good socks and some of this, oh, you're living the dream.
Absolutely. So you just pop it on. So if you notice you're getting a sore spot on a toe, in between your toes, on the back of your heel maybe, just cut off a little section, put it over the sore patch, and then carry on with your hike.
Yeah, it's
Just
fantastic.
Saves your feet getting too messy.
And occasionally I used to do it as preventative. So I used to pop it on sometimes at the start of a walk, because I've got a bit of a strange thing with my little toes. It sounds like a lot of people have this, where the little toe tends to rub and become sore more than anything else on the foot. I used to just put a little bit of this on each little toe, and it stopped any of that issue.
Yep. So we're back home now, and we realise obviously we need to pay it forward. So we're gonna name a few channels we'd like to see and hear their tips and hints from.
So I would like to hear from Storb Unlimited Bushcraft.
I would like to hear from Bohemian Adventurers, our newfound friends over the pond.
I'd also like to know the top 5 tips from Wilder Hope Adventures.
And I would also like to tag Shirley C.
Absolutely. So you guys, please do a little video showing your top 5 tips for newcomers to anything, be it bushcraft or camping or walking or, you know, anything really, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Massive thank you to everyone for joining us today on this local adventure. It's been really good fun, and I hope you found some of the hints and tips useful as well.
And if you did, please subscribe and give us a little thumbs up. That'd be really cool. It's a really nice way to show a bit of support towards the channel.
That would be great. Thank you very much. Any questions, drop a comment down below.
Yes, please.
And that'd be awesome. Stay safe, stay well, and we'll see you again soon on our next adventure.
Keep safe. Bye-bye.
Thanks a lot.
Bye.
Bye.
Be good.